Hi, I'm Kevin Castaneda, and this is Kev's Mindset, where we talk everything finance, investing, mindset, and productivity. And today we're going to be talking about Robinhood stock and whether Robinhood stock is oversold, if it's good, what is going to go on, does the valuation make sense, are people like overreacting, what's going on? We're going to talk all about that and whether there's an opportunity in the stock in the upcoming week. Go ahead and smash that like button if you do enjoy this video. It really helps out the channel and pushes this video out to more people. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you do enjoy this video and want to watch more of my content. So I try to post 1 to 3 videos per day, except for like 1 to 2 days a week, depending. But I try to post every single day, definitely during the week. So let's head straight into the video. Okay, so Robinhood. Robinhood has been an interesting IPO, as obviously they went public and then immediately they just dropped 10%. And I think the reason for this is because, well, first off, there's a lot of bad sentiment that goes along with Robinhood. And the reason for this is because remember the whole AMC GameStop thing? I'm sure if you're watching a retail investing type video and you're a retail investor, then you definitely do remember that. And with that, we get a lot of bad connotation that is around the brand of Robinhood. And we kind of get this bubble where it's like there's a lot of people super angry at Robinhood saying, no, you banned this and you're doing this with Citadel and they're saying that there's like some weird shady implications that come along with investing with Robinhood or buying Robinhood or whatever. And the thing with this is that it loses a lot of traction for the stock. Like something like Coinbase had a lot of investors buy in, but the problem with that was that it wasn't an IPO, it was a DPO, so it sold off right away because there was no lockup period. Now with Robinhood, it's just the fact that a lot of people are definitely shorting it because there's a lot of retail investors that don't like it. And I think that this might set up for a weird opportunity where it's like, okay, maybe the bad retail investor sentiment will cause it to drop, and maybe it'll drop to substantially. And then I feel like maybe the institutions and the retail investors who don't really care about the GameStop situation will buy in at that bottom, and then it'll squeeze up after a lot of retail investors who are mad about that short it. And so with that, I think that it provides an opportunity for those of you who are willing to look at this objectively instead of sentimentally, and look at it as more of like, look at it as an investment. Like, okay, do I think that it's going to bounce off of this, and do I think that long term this is a good company? Or do you look at it like, hey, they messed up, hey, they're robbing the hood, or like, how do you look at it? So it really depends on what exactly you think about the company and whether you think that this will be an opportunity or not. Personally, I think that this is a scenario that can definitely play out, where we see a lot of retail investors short it, then we see institutions buy in at the bottom and it squeezes up, and then the retail investors lose twice. I think that is definitely a potential. I think it is a decent company. I think they have pretty good financials. I think year over year total financial year, they're gonna have about $1.2 billion in revenue, and then their valuation isn't too crazy. They're at about a $28 billion valuation. Not too crazy. You know, a lot of people thought that they were going to go public with $100 billion valuation. At $28 billion, it's not that crazy. We don't see it as something insane. They have tens of millions of customers. They have $80 billion in assets under management. So it's a lot of volume. It's a lot of investors. And yeah, there's some bad sentiment to it, but it's still a great app. Yeah, there was a problem with the gamification and all this, but all apps are kind of like this. So they can't just take down Robinhood. They'd have to take down Webull and Public and every investing app, because for gamification, that's kind of like a broad thing. It's not just Robinhood. And so now we're kind of in this weird point where I think it's like there's a lot of hate and there's a lot of clashing, but there's still, and when you look at the numbers and you take all sentiment away, it's not a bad company. Okay, they have pretty good IP. A lot of people know them. They are democratizing investing. They have small accounts. The average account size is $240. That's it. There's brokerages who have $100,000 as their average account value. Robinhood has 240. Let's say those people stay with Robinhood. Let's say those people increase their value. Robinhood could be the biggest brokerage, not one of the biggest, but the biggest brokerage. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. I think that if it does continue to fall, I would be willing to buy in. And I was in the AMC thing. I was in GameStop back in February, back in January, where it just crashed, and we as retail investors were left holding the bag, and I ended up selling out, and I lost a substantial amount of my portfolio. But I do know that I took the risk. I was the one that was willing to buy that stock. I was the one that was willing to take on the risk of buying BlackBerry, AMC, Nokia, and GameStop. Like, I was the one that was willing to take on that risk. So whether there was foul play or not, I think that the company still has great financials. They still make a lot of money. And looking at it from a strictly investing and business standpoint, I think it's a great company. And I think that they have a lot of IP and they have a lot of continuous revenue that can go on for a long time. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you buying the dip, or are you going to short it and see what happens and be part of the crowd? Let me know what you think down below. Like I just said, go ahead and smash the like button if you did enjoy this video. And if you didn't like it, go ahead. You can dislike it as well. It's democracy for a reason. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you do enjoy this content and you want to watch some more of my videos. See you in the next one. This was Kev's Mindset.